His Royal Highness, the Duke of Sussex, is the first royal in 132 years to give evidence in the High Court, claiming industrial-scale phone hacking and deceptive information gathering by Mirror Group newspapers between 1991 and 2011. The group contests the claims and denies senior figures' knowledge of wrongdoing. But the royal family is always ill-advised to go to court, that their position is so important, so powerful, so dignified, that the indignity of cross-examination undermines the magic that needs to surround royalty. The allowing daylight in is a fundamental error, and it seems to me that it is damaging rather than enhancing the Duke of Sussex's reputation. It's no good people who live very privileged existences complaining that if the quid pro quo for palaces, for motorcycle outriders, for pomp and circumstance is press intrusion, that doesn't seem to me to be too high a price to pay. Celebrities cannot take advantage of fame and fortune without the price. And the price is that what they do is of interest, which of course they want, because that's the whole basis of celebrity, is being of interest. But the freedom of the press is much more important than anything to do with celebrity, because it is one of our great constitutional safeguards. And it is much more important, overwhelmingly more important, to have a free press than to have a responsible press. And the Duke of Sussex's attacks upon journalists seem to swing between paranoid and hysterical. This quotation from him, "How much more blood will stain their typing fingers before someone can put a stop to this madness," is an awful thing to have said. We have journalists who are out in Ukraine covering a serious war. We have journalists, we have people like Kate Adie who have been to practically every war zone going back over decades. There are so many journalists who aren't bound up in the celebrity cycle, who are doing things that really enhance our knowledge of what is going on. And the celebrities and royals use the press when it suits them. They use them to enhance their fame, their fortune, and their power, and they do not have the right to complain when it fails to be syrupically sycophantic. Obviously, if His Royal Highness were not royal, if he didn't have the title, he wouldn't be of interest to the press. But then he wouldn't have the money or the influence to attack it. Why is a free press so constitutionally important? Well, it's one of the four pillars of the Constitution, along with democracy, the rights of property, and the rule of law. It is the safeguard of democracy because it allows the discussion of ideas. It allows us to say whether the policy of Party A is better than the policy of Party B. It exposes hypocrisy. It also exposes and roots out corruption. And its freedom is so much more important than its responsibility, because a responsible press is a censored press, and a censored press is a tool of dictators. So the Duke's crusade is wrong, as was Sir Keir Starmer's persecution of journalists as Director of Public Prosecutions, and it is important that it is defeated. In comparison, His Royal Highness's attack on the government is ill-advised but trivial. The uncles of Queen Victoria regularly fulminated against the then government's to remarkably little effect. But protection of the free press really matters. It is the constitutional Kohinoor diamond. As always, I want to know what you think. Mailmog@gbnews.com.